Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So today I wanted to take advantage of a slow, cozy Saturday morning. I am the only one awake at this point, and it's kind of muggy, a little bit dreary outside. So I wanted to take advantage of this perfect reading ambiance and read a cozy book that I've been meaning to get to for a very long time. So today, or in this video, I'm going to be reading Can't Spell Treason Without Tea. This book I've heard is very similar in setup to Legends and Lattes. Just a very cozy fantasy, very low stakes is what I've heard at least. So I'm excited to get to this one, and the cover is just like so insanely cute. I really like it, and this book actually has sprayed edges. So it's just a fun book. And then I really like the character art that this book has on the inside. So I'm really excited to get to this one. I think today is a perfect day to give this book a start. So a little bit about what this is. It's about two girls, young girls, or not young girls, but two girls in this magical kingdom, both with different magical powers and jobs within the kingdom that they live in. They decide to run away and open a bookshop that also serves tea. So it just sounds like a great cozy book. So in honor, I don't have tea. I'm not really a tea drinker, but I do have a coffee here that I want to drink here before everyone starts to wake up and get going. So if this sounds like a book that you might be interested in and you wanted to see how I feel about it at the end, stay tuned and let's give this a whirl. Okay, you guys, just a quick reading update. And also this is one of our dogs, Ruby, who's gonna make a special appearance in this video. And also quick venue change. Chloe, my 1-year-old, is awake and she is up and about moving, and we're having kind of a rough day. We are in prime teething season right now, so kind of a rough day. So we are gonna hang out in her little nursery here. So she can play with some of her favorite toys, and I will kind of read at the same time here and there. But anyways, I wanted to give a quick update on this. I am on chapter 3, and I'm really enjoying this so far. So there's two main female characters, I think, like I mentioned earlier, and I'm gonna probably butcher their names, even though I am also kind of listening to the audiobook at the same time. But I'm not that far into where I know their names perfectly. But we have Raina, I'm pretty sure. She is a private guard for the queen. And then we have Kianthe, and she's a mage. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But yeah, they're two very important people in their kingdom. And I'm not saying anything that's not on the back of this book, so I know I'm not spoiling anything. So Raina was, it says she was taken hostage, but it was a very brief scene. She was somewhat held hostage by an assassin who did attempt to end her life. And then after that happened, she decided that she no longer wanted to work for the queen, and she was ready to run away and do something else with her life. So her and Kianthe are now at camp tending to Rayanne's wounds, and they are discussing opening the bookstore that serves tea. So that's kind of where we are at this point in the book. So far it's very cute and cozy. I'm really enjoying the audiobook. The narrator is great. Chloe's shutting the door, so sorry. Hi! What are you doing? Yeah! She's helping to grab the tripod. Yeah. Come here. Come here. So I'm gonna let you guys go because now so the camera's in a different spot. But yeah, chapter 3, and I'm really enjoying it. All right, so taking a quick reading break, and me and Miss Chloe are hanging out in the yard playing with toys. Don't mind all the construction back there, it's a disaster. But we are out here playing with Bubbles and her basketball. So that's what we are currently doing right now. I'm trying to get some fresh air before the weather picks up again. So yeah, have some fun in the sun. All right, hey everyone. So I just wanted to give a quick update as to what's going on. I am currently listening to the audiobook of, what is it called? Can't Spell Treason Without T. I'm really enjoying it. It's actually a really good book. But I'm taking a little bit of a break, and like I said, listening to the audiobook because I am driving to do some pageant rehearsals. I am a Miss Indiana local director, and we have Miss Indiana next week. So we are meeting with our contestants for a final dress rehearsal. So hoping to make some progress in the audiobook. And yeah, so let's go do this dress rehearsal, and then we have some more fun evening stuff ahead. Okay, hello everyone. First I want to address that yes, I know it's loud out here. I think I said in a previous video, there's construction 100% of the time going on behind me, and then the property back behind me is a farm, and they are bush hogging their property. So there's just really, there's really not a great time to do this, unfortunately, so we're just gonna talk over it and pretend like it's not even happening. Secondly, I want to address the fact that it has been literal days since I did an update on this reading vlog. My initial intention for this reading vlog was for it to just be a weekend, but I tried to film it over Father's Day, which looking back wasn't a great idea because I'm trying to celebrate the fathers in my life. So Saturday I spent with my dad, and then on Sunday we spent celebrating my husband Paul. So it really just wasn't a great choice to make that a weekend vlog. Because I didn't really get much reading done. And then this whole last week, I've been, let me turn this down really quick here. Baby monitor, sorry. This whole last week, I have been at the Miss Indiana pageant. So I am a local director within the Miss America Opportunity, specifically Indiana. And we are hosting our state pageant this week. So I literally have been on the go because a lot of directors have do take the week of Miss Indiana off. They take the whole week off and they just focus solely on Miss Indiana. That's not the choice I personally have made. Being a director so far, maybe in the future I'll change my mind. But I still work during Miss Indiana week. So basically it's like I get up at 5 a.m., I get ready for work, I get to work by 7:30, I work until 3:30, and then I drive straight to Miss Indiana. And then I'm at the school until 11:30 at night. Then I get home, I go straight to bed, and I do it all over again. So I just really haven't had the opportunity to really read. So with all that being said, let's continue back on in this reading vlog. So we are still working on Can't Spell Treason Without T. I am truly enjoying this book. I am in the middle of chapter 21 right now. So if I had to guess, a little bit over halfway. It's great. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. It feels like a slice of life. It's very cozy. There are some like high-ish stakes, but like it's not so high stakes that like my blood is pumping. And sometimes you just need a book where you can like just literally take a mental break, and I find that with this one. So I'm really enjoying it. So let's go ahead and read a little bit more, and then I'll take a break and give you an update. Alright, you guys, I just wanted to give one final update on the book I was reading, Can't Spell Treason Without T. I ended up really enjoying this, and I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. I was very nervous about reading this, just because I've never read anything before in the cozy fantasy genre. And I know it's very heavily compared to Legends and Lattes. Legends and Lattes is a very beloved book. I have not read that, but now that I've read this one, I'm definitely going to have that book on my hope to read soon list because this was excellent. Again, like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Just to kind of give you a quick little rundown about the overall major parts of this book. So it is a sapphic romance between our two female main characters, Chianthe and Raina. They're both trying to escape or get away from their current life to live their dream life of opening a tea shop and a bookstore in this very small town, and they ended up finding their community. There's a very huge found family element to this book that I really enjoyed. They ended up taking in a few different people along the way, and I really enjoyed those characters, and they really went to bat for a few of these characters, which I really thought was sweet. So there was that. There's obviously a dragon element to this book, so if you are a dragon lover, I would highly recommend you give this one a shot. And then something I also really enjoyed is I feel like the cozy fantasy genre is supposed to be relatively low stakes, which I do think that this book was a relatively low stakes book. There wasn't much in here that really got your blood boiling. However, the parts that were supposed to be the more suspenseful, kind of get your adrenaline pumping scenes, they pretty much started and stopped within one chapter. So I mean, you pretty much saw the whole issue of the moment being played out in one chapter, and I really enjoyed that. So there was a lot of different things that changed and happened within the story, so you kind of got to see a lot more than what you, I think, would typically see in a book, because all of the problems were starting and stopping within one chapter at a time, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, overall, I think this was a huge success. I know that there are, I think, 4 in the series, but they have not all been released at this point. So my goal is to continue on within the series because I really enjoyed it that much. So I would highly recommend this one if you're just in the mood for something cozy, low stakes, you're a book lover, which I would hope if you're here, you're a book lover, and you just wanted something to lift your spirits a little bit, I think this would be a great read for you. Alright, you guys, and that is going to be all for now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this week's video, and I cannot wait for next week's video, but in the meantime, I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my channel, see what our community gets up to, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.